Everyone is so concerned about what religion they are, what ethnicity they are, what country they belong to. But few people are concerned with being human. Being human is the first step in any ascension up the ladder of either culture or politics or spirituality or religion or understanding oneself. The first step is learning how to be human. All these labels come later. All these identifications are just additions to being human. Now, what is being human? Being human is being able to connect to the grander whole of humanity. And the only way to do that is to have a certain level of compassion that you build off of for the rest of your fellow man. Your fellow man are those who will always surround you, and even if you identify yourself as separate from them, in whether it be political, whether it be national, whether it be religious, we exist in relation to our fellow man around the world. There is nothing that one person can do that is not felt by another. You can say it's a butterfly effect, that's an apt phrase here, but really, it's all about our consciousness being connected, having always been connected. That's why religious wars a lot of time happen. It's not necessarily because we're connected by consciousness, but it's because we feel that consciousness from other ideologies, other understandings of God. And that has an effect on our own because we want to consider ourselves as right. We want to consider ourselves as having chosen the best religion, the best political ideal, the best cultural ideal, to the extent that we're willing to go to war. And we naturally feel this in our consciousness, that there are other competing ideals, understandings, and acceptances of what it is to be human, to what it is to be a human being, one who can choose. And this choice can be oppressive if we cannot accept that there are other ways of being human. If we cannot accept that there are other ways of being human, then we feel oppressed by everyone else's choices. That is why we must focus on the idea that there are multiple ways to realize the same consciousness that we are all trying to work towards, a united human consciousness. Too many people want, either through politics or religion or a combination thereof, want everyone else to agree with them. But that is not the way. The way is to accept other people's beliefs. And if they're not harming you or anyone else, then what is the use of fighting them? What is the point of fighting them? You become inferior if you fight somebody just because they have a different belief. If they're not threatening you or anyone else, then there is no point in fighting. Of course, in combat. But also, there should be a level of civility, even in discussion, when somebody has no desire to hurt anybody else, even if they disagree with you. Being human is something that we all have to figure out, something that we all are working towards realizing. The experience of consciousness is very specific in humanity because we are the only sentient race on this planet. There may be other sentient races out there, there's probably very many, but our own consciousness is the highest on this earth. So we have a duty to each other to maintain not only this earth, but the field of consciousness that humanity makes up with all its individual pieces. If we can all learn to be different pieces of the puzzle and work together, fit together, and work together to move on beyond these ideals that have held us back that are dogma, the ideals of nationalism, the ideals of separation that have kept us apart for so long, if we can move beyond those, if we can learn to be part of this grander whole, then really the stars are the limit. We can expand, we can focus our resources and expand our spiritual evolution, our physical evolution, side by side, and spatial evolution, moving beyond even our solar system, moving on beyond our galaxy. Really, the only thing that limits us, if we all combine our strength, all combine our focus, all combine our purpose, the only thing that limits us is time itself. And eventually, time, age, and our understanding of space will all become absolute to the extent that we will become infinite. We will become part of God. Thank you very much for watching. All of you, have a great day.